What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Playoff Don. I'm back with yet another video. We're into week 5 of the NFL season. And for this video here, I want to talk about a team that I guess we all love and respect. At least we used to. I don't know how we're feeling about them now. But I want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks. So, the Rams and the Seahawks played in Seattle on Thursday Night Football just a few days ago. And it wasn't the most watchable game. It was fun at times. It was ugly at times. In the game, there was a possession where Aaron Donald came screaming up the middle, hit Russell Wilson in his finger. It was all weird. It was all messed up like this. Russ came out of the game. He couldn't come back in. And Geno Smith had to take over, right? And of course they lost because Geno Smith was their quarterback, even though he had a nice little possession there for a minute, a nice little 80-yard drive. Was it 80 yards or was it more than that? I know it was long and I know it was exciting. And he threw a hot TD in the corner of the end zone. That was cool. Shout out to Geno Smith. But the big thing, Russell Wilson got hurt. He messed his right middle finger up. I don't know if I can say that, but he messed that finger up. And a report from Ian Rappaport came out this morning that Russ had surgery on that finger, and he's going to be out for 5-6 weeks. It's a lot like the Drew Brees situation from a couple years ago when Aaron Donald again ran into Brees' hand, and he broke Brees' hand, and Brees was out for like 6 weeks. So now, Seattle is flustered and without their elite quarterback for the next 6 weeks in a tough division. And after just losing to the Rams, I don't know what to do with Seattle. And I don't know what anybody knows what to do with Seattle. This team has become something that is not envious. And it's getting close to something kind of ugly. I think Seattle, I think we're at a point now where Seattle may have to honestly just change some stuff up. And I don't mean on the roster, which is, I don't think it's an argument. I think it's clearly the worst roster in the NFC West in that division. It's clearly the worst roster. I don't mean roster changes. I mean like up top changes. I mean like management changes. I mean like, dare I say, head coaching changes. This team, we hoped with this new OC, this Shane Waldron guy coming in, he was going to bring in this Sean McVay stuff to help Russell Wilson out in the quick game while still attacking deep down the field, being his great Russell Wilson self. We still have not seen that. We may have seen that in one game. This Seahawks team still looks the same on offense. They might look worse. They may look even a little worse. It looks hard to move the ball sometimes. It's still run heavy, which again, I don't understand. You have an amazing quarterback. Seattle just looks like the same team that they've been for the last 2 seasons or what, 3 seasons. Or whatever. And honestly, I don't know what the move is. I don't know where to go from here. Like I said, they still look like the same team. They've already had a couple nasty losses, a couple games that they shouldn't have lost, blown leads and unnecessary close games and just ugly quarters of, the defense is still bad. And here's another, it's another issue. Like, the front office doesn't seem to want to really improve this team. They never go crazy in free agency. It seems like they whiff on every draft pick now after hitting on every draft pick in the mid 2010s with all those crazy defensive guys they had before. It seems like they whiff on everything and they don't really try to improve the roster. It's kind of just they kind of feel like, hey, we have Russell Wilson, we don't have to do too much. Which is horrible. It's horrible thinking, honestly. And then I go to the head coach, Pete Carroll. I'm just like, bro, it all still feels old. It still feels like you just haven't adapted and adjusted to today's NFL, which is it's a passing league. You can run the ball, absolutely. But again, why not maximize your amazing quarterback who's still in his prime? And this team, again, they just feel rudderless. They feel stuck. They feel unevolved. And honestly, like this, I feel like this franchise has just been hanging by a thread. And that thread is their elite Hall of Fame quarterback, Russell Wilson. This team, like I said, it's easily the worst roster in that division. And we don't really seem to call them out on their mistakes from up top. And I understand it's hard to pick at them because look at their record every season, and they're always in the mix because of Russell Wilson. And now they don't have him. I imagine it's going to get pretty bad. There was a time where the receiving corps didn't always look great. There was a time when the offensive line was one of the worst in football. And now it's the defense's turn to take that miserable step back. They don't have any corners. They do have Bobby Wagner, which is cool, but linebacker is, out of the three levels of the defense, that's the least important. Their D-line isn't great. They got some young dudes, but they aren't consistent yet. And they give up a ton of yards, they give up a ton of points all the time. And it's just they've been this for the longest, and I don't know what to do with this team. It honestly might be just time to just like, dare I say, cut it from the top. Just get a new GM in here. Get probably a new look. Pete Carroll has a phenomenal resume. He gets his guys to turn up every week. But the man is 70 years old, bro. He has one line of thinking and one way of doing things. And it's worked. You get results. They win 10 games every year. But when is the time to make a change? I think it is, because I've said this again, this is the same Seattle team that we've seen. And they are wasting the prime years of one of the best QBs we've had over the last 10 years. And I don't like seeing that. And I'm sure y'all don't like seeing that. There is a problem with Seattle. And now, like I said, Russ is going to be out for 6 weeks. If they go, I will be very surprised if they go 3-3 with Geno Smith behind that O-line with that defense. I will be very, very surprised. If that happens, hey, I'll give Pete his credit. But like, still, like, honestly, can y'all see this team making a run and going to the Super Bowl? Now, look, anything is possible with Russell Wilson, but the odds just seem against them. When's the last time Seattle's been really considered one of the 3 best teams in the conference? I don't know what to do with this team. They feel stuck in one spot, and it's just consistent. There's never any growth. They'll look awesome one week. They'll look, what is going on the next? And it really may be time to make some changes, not only in the roster, but up top, like regime talk. And I know Pete Carroll, he's a Hall of Fame coach. It might be time to get some new youth in there, some young dudes who know the game, who know what works right now. I'm frustrated for Seattle fans. That Thursday night loss was not pretty, and it's an indictment on what this franchise has been for the last 4 or 5 years. And it's clear that Russ knows what's going on, or at least like knows what's not going on in this front office. I don't think it's a coincidence that he had that, that mini tantrum earlier in the offseason. He sees this team's lack of aggression to make the team better. This in the front office with the play calling, he's like, hey, I'm tired of getting hit. It was just one sentence, but I'm sure it goes much deeper than that. Russ sees this team is not good enough to be a serious Super Bowl threat. And he doesn't want all the weight on his shoulders, which is still what this team is. We were hoping this is not what this team was. And they are clearly the worst team in the division. Now do they even make the playoffs now? That's in question. And we shouldn't be at that point with the Seahawks. But here we are. I'm frustrated because I love Russell Wilson and I want the best for my favorite players. The Seahawks fans deserve it too. And if there are any Seahawks fans out there, let me know what y'all think. Are you frustrated? What do you think the moves are? Is Pete Carroll done? I'm honestly leaning towards yes. I'm sorry. It just feels stagnant there. But again, let me know what y'all think. What are the moves? If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know, what would you do? What do they have to do? Am I overreacting? I don't think I am, but let me know. And yeah, just want to touch on the Seahawks. But I will be out. Shout out to the Rams, and I'm out.